Hey, it's Leo Vance. You're listening to Breaking Records Radio.
What's up? This is Derek.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Spesh One.
This is Spesh K.
Hot Rock's motherfucking Skot MC.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
Alright, Breaking Records Radio. You know what it is and the place to be. And we have a special guest with us right now, Mr. Leo Vance.
What up?
How's it going, my man?
It's going good.
Word
How's
up.
everything?
And so, you work with Sasha Stoltz first off.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Sasha, she set this all up.
Yeah, she's amazing, man.
How long you been working with her for?
I've been working with her for a couple months, but she's been amazing. She's been setting up everything
Yeah.
for me, media-wise. She's been great.
And she just had you at the Cut Awards, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Definitely. It was awesome.
Yeah?
It was a great experience. I got to perform a few times, actually, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
And I got to meet a lot of artists, because I'm a producer as well, so I got to meet a lot of artists and hand out my producer card. I got to meet some producers and photographers. It was a really good experience.
That's dope, man. That's really dope. Shout outs to Sasha. And you were born and raised in Toronto, eh?
Yeah, well, I was actually born in Toronto, but I was raised back and forth from here in Detroit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got some of that American hip-hop influence in
Yeah.
you too, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
cool. Who are some of your favorite Detroit hip-hop acts?
Oh, man. I would have to say my father, my uncle. They are crazy.
Yeah?
My father is my inspiration for being a producer, actually. He's the reason why I started. And he's the influence for me being a producer. I lived in the studio with him when I was really young.
Really?
As well as my mom. She's also a singer.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Eh? So it just runs in the veins?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
cool. So your dad produces?
Yeah.
And he produces hip-hop?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's real dope. Is he like, I'm guessing he comes more from the old school.
Yeah,
So he used the
definitely.
Akai, the MPC, that type of...
Yeah, he has all the gear.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your tool to the trade when you produce records?
My tools would be my Mac, my DAW Studio One. I got my keyboard. It's the Axiom Pro. And
Okay.
I use a machine for MPC.
Ah, dope,
Yeah.
okay. I got an Axiom myself, actually, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yo, that's dope. So what program do you use then?
Studio One.
Oh, Studio One. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm an Ableton guy, so I
yeah.
actually, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what Studio One is.
It's the best one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people I know use either Reason or Ableton or
or Pro Tools.
Pro Tools, yeah.
I went to the Metalworks Institute to learn Pro Tools and get certification there. But using Studio One, way better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You usually find a niche with a certain thing,
Yeah.
and it's hard to divert yourself from it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you there. All right, well, you just dropped the debut album, The Legend Begins, on what, June 6th?
Yeah, it was crazy leading up to the album release. I had a bunch of singles that I released, and then I won the award. So it was crazy, and I didn't even realize it was going out, and then it just dropped, and I was like, oh man, this is crazy.
Oh,
I love it. It was awesome.
That's wild, man. And being that you're 21 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what was kind of the process of creating your debut album?
Wow. It was definitely concept first. I had the concept in mind. I wanted to inspire people.
Yeah.
And unite people, you know? I wanted to spread the word of unity and inspiration and working hard and showing dedication towards anything that you want to do in life.
Word up, man. Word up. And how long have you been doing music for?
Oh man, I've been doing music forever.
Well, you said you lived in the studio, so I bet
Yeah.
you've been doing it forever, right?
Yeah, I took music more seriously when I was like 10 years old.
Whew!
Yeah.
That's an early age still.
Yeah. And it was crazy because I was a basketball player before that.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I was doing basketball and music, and then I decided music's my life. So I decided to go that route.
That's crazy, man. But so that's a good 11-year period up until dropping your debut album, though.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of development that happened.
Yeah. And I'm sure there were a couple periods where you thought you were ready to drop an album or something, but you withheld.
Yeah, no, there was a few times I was like, yeah, I'm ready to drop right now, and then I looked at it again, I listened to it with some people, and I was like, no, not yet.
Well, it helps that you come from a musical family too, because you have people in your corner who can kind of guide you and let you know, like, maybe this isn't how you want to come off initially. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have that in my past, so trust me, no one knows my first album exists unless they were there when it came out.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good thing to have, man. And so you also produced. Did you produce your whole album?
No, this album actually, I wanted to focus more on the lyricism.
Yep.
And I wanted to focus more on the story and the concept of what I was talking about. And so this album I didn't produce because I didn't want to focus on...
Not at all?
No, not at all,
crazy.
actually. I actually had some producers produce for me, so I have some favorite producers that I love and hold dear, which is Superstar O, 5 Beats, and Jay Casperson. So they're the main influencers of the sound. I obviously had a little sprinkles of magic on there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's basically what it was. I had some producers produce the music, and I wrote mostly because that's what I wanted to focus on. My second album, though, that's gonna be all my producers.
That's all you?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that too, man, because I did a very similar thing. My first album, I didn't really produce anything on, and then my whole second album, that was my goal point, was to try to produce the majority of the album, and so...
I have all the productions done for that one.
Yeah?
Yeah. So,
okay, dope. So that's already like being cooked up and ready to...
I would like to work ahead. I like to get things done. So, yeah, that one's already... The production's already done. I'm trying to get the writing done for it.
That's the way to be, man. Do you already have a title for it and all that too?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm still working on one.
But you got it. Bro, you remind me of myself. I'm not gonna lie. But either way, so your album spans over a lot of different genres. I noticed when I was listening to the songs, and so what I was wondering is, what do you consider yourself? Do you consider yourself a rapper, an MC? Do you consider yourself like what bracket would you put yourself in?
That's a very good question. I would consider myself an artist.
An artist, just flat out?
Yeah, just flat out. I wouldn't really consider myself a rapper or a producer. I like to do all forms of art, and that's really what it is. I just like to be an artist.
Yeah.
But music is my favorite form of art, so.
Most definitely. All right, and so we already talked about what you used to make beats, but who are some of your favorite producers?
Timbaland.
Woo!
And Dr. Dre.
Yeah?
Yeah, and who else? Boy Wonder.
Boy Wonder's crazy.
Yeah, I love those producers. Timbaland happens to be my favorite.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good choice, man. Not a lot of people pick him, like in hip-hop.
Yeah, he's the best, I believe. He's got such a different sound.
That's the thing. He has his own signature sound, and he's just had always this kind of bounce. And the interesting thing about Timbaland is, like, a lot of people, like, when he was originally creating beats, like, a lot of people, like, his drum patterns and stuff are unorthodox, and he actually said, he was like, the reason I did that is, like, because you're expecting the snare to drop here, so I'm gonna hit you with 3 bass kicks instead. He's like, I was just trying to fuck the listener's head up and always take them to a different place than they're expecting to go.
Yeah.
And that's like one thing I really respect about Timbaland. He's never been afraid to step outside of the box.
Yeah, and he brings real life sounds into his productions and even beatboxing, which is really cool.
Yeah, man, that's a dope pick, because I feel like a lot of people, like, Timbaland is, don't get me wrong, a well-credited producer, but he doesn't get the props, I feel like, in the hip-hop community that he really deserves.
Yeah, he does a lot of work with singers and
pop artists and stuff, right? Yeah. But no, Timbaland he's one of the nicest producers. Yeah, I'm surprised with the Detroit history you didn't drop a J Dilla in there.
Well, it's, for me, I like music that inspires people. Right?
Yeah.
And that's the music that I gravitate towards.
Yeah.
And that's usually the music I listen to. So my like playlist. My library holds just like Kendrick, J. Cole,
Yep.
Achievers.
And it's different generations too, right?
Yeah.
But either way, you got the Find the Answers music video.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the making of that.
Well, that was it was a little bit of a journey actually to make that. We had a very close friend come out and film it, and she was amazing to work with. I'm very happy that I was able to work with her for the first video because she really helped me get knowledge about how things work and how it's supposed to be within a music video and everything. So she was really good, and it was just the the editing part of it was a little difficult to get done. But
Did you hang around for the editing portion?
oh, I was around for everything.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because I
Good on you.
have a lot of background in most areas when it comes to anything art. So
Yeah.
I was right there through every little step of the way.
Really?
With, with the editing and just with the shots that we get and everything like that. So
That's really good because a lot of artists actually do not sit around for that portion of the thing. You know what I mean? They'll put it in the videographer's hand or whoever's hands it's in, and then basically take a finished product back.
yeah, I like to let people do their work, but I like to be there just to be like, nah, what do you think about this? Like,
Yeah.
I think this would be better. You know what I'm saying? It's much better when people are able to bounce ideas off each
I
other.
agree, 100%. 100%. That's really good, man, because I feel like, especially a lot of people in your age bracket as well, they're more in exactly like what I was just saying, in the pockets where you're going to sit there and be like, yeah, you know, you do your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I paid you or whatever, or you want to say, you do your job, I did mine.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people come back and they're not happy, but if they would sit there and actually take some creative control a little bit, a bit of quality control, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it, then they would have more say in the finished product, and you know, it saves a lot of people's time in the end and all that. But that's good on you, man. A lot of people don't want to sit there and take that step. So do you got any other upcoming music videos for the album that you got planned in the works already?
Yes, we are trying to get a music video off the ground. We're in the works of it, but we haven't got everything settled yet.
Yep.
But we're trying to come up with a video for Penthouse.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, we're just in the working stages of trying to get everything situated with that.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, who was your friend that directed the first music video?
Her name is Sandra McCurdy.
Oh, okay. And is she going to be doing the next video for you too, or no?
No,
Okay.
she actually lives in LA. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
crazy.
So she actually did a huge favor, and we flew her out here and everything.
Oh,
yeah,
crazy.
So, yeah,
That's big though, man. It's good to have
It
good
is.
people in your corner like that.
yeah.
Alright, man. Well, I also am aware that you have a pretty big event coming up at Yonge and Dundas Square, too.
Yes, Youth Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm going to be doing the press conference, and then I'm going to be actually performing on the main stage there.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be on the 23rd.
Yep. And have you ever done Yonge and Dundas?
No, that's
Oh,
going to be
man.
probably the biggest stage I've done to date.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited.
That's a super huge accolade.
Yes.
Especially like you just put out your debut. I know you've been doing music for a long time, but for just putting out your debut and getting to rock that stage right away, that is
Yeah.
massive, bro.
Yeah, it's really a great opportunity, and I can't wait. I love performing so much.
July 23rd.
Yeah.
July
Catch me out there.
23rd,
Catch
Youth
me out
Day.
there.
Definitely. Catch your man Leo Vance out there. And so another thing that I became aware of too was that you were in the studio with Divine Brown, and you might possibly be producing a record for her. Is that anything you're allowed to talk about?
Well, I don't think I'm allowed to really talk too much about it, but I am working on a production.
Okay.
I'm working on a production, and we're bouncing ideas off of each other and seeing where it goes.
That's dope, man. Divine Brown is incredibly talented.
Yeah, she is an amazing singer.
She is amazing,
Yeah.
and you're very lucky to actually be in the studio with her, and
Yes.
I can't wait to hopefully hear. Not let anything out of the bag, but
I can't wait to see what this project comes out as, and I hope that she does end up releasing it.
yeah, Yeah, she's great too, man. One of my favorite interviews is actually with her. She's an amazing person to talk to, great spirit, and she has a lot of industry knowledge. I bet a lot of knowledge rubs off on you being in the studio with her.
Definitely. She's definitely an inspirational person to be around.
That's amazing, man. All right, well, one thing, plug your links for everybody. Let them know first off where they can find the album, The Legend Begins. Let them know all the singles that you want to check out, all your social media, all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. You can find my album on iTunes and Spotify as The Legend Begins. You can find me there as Leo Vance. And on YouTube and all social media, it's Leo Vance Music. And you can find my music also on my website, leovancemusic.com.
Word up. And what about if people want to purchase production from yourself?
Oh, if you want to purchase production, you can either find me on BeatStars or you can go to my website, Leo V Productions.
All right, man. And there is one last question that we'd like to ask every artist before we wrap up the interview. Are you a video game fan at all?
Oh, of course.
You a Mortal Kombat fan at all?
Oh, you know I am.
Okay, then this is perfect. So if your musical style could be translated into a Mortal Kombat finishing move, and I'm not saying like don't bite one, you don't gotta bite Sub-Zeros, nothing like that, like something you come up off the top of your head, like what would your music do to your opponent?
Oh man. Does my music even translate to Mortal Kombat? I would say that it would be closest to Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Because you really feel it. When he's hitting you. You know what I'm saying? You really feel it.
You're gonna feel that.
You're gonna feel it.
Yes. Amazing answer, my man. Well, everybody, this was the homie Leo Vance. Make sure you check out for him. He's at Yonge and Dundas Square, July 23rd for Youth Festival. Youth Day, my apologies. And go get the brand new album, The Legend Begins, and follow him up on all the social media and see what this man's bringing to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate your time. Cheers, brother.
Peace out.
Breaking fucking Wreckords Radio.